Hey folks, Skylar Randolph here with the Sky Sports Report. The San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Big game, NFL fans. We've been waiting for it all week. Two heavyweights of the NFC, Coach Harbaugh and Coach Pete Carroll, both previously coming from the Pac-12. Heated rivalry for years, and they transitioned that into the NFL in their programs now. I felt this was a great game. It was heavily anticipated. Some of the storylines leading up to the game would have to be the rivalry with Coach Pete Carroll and Coach Harbaugh. We can't ignore that. This is an existing rivalry. It's transgressed all the way now into the NFL. They're two teams. They pretty much are a mirror image of their teams. They both run really good programs over there. There's been some Twitter beef between the 49ers and the Seahawks. They've taken their competitive edge to Twitter, I guess. They've been pretty much going back and forth at each other. 49ers calling Seahawks She-Hawks. Seahawks calling 49ers 40-winers. So it was pretty fun to see if you're an NFL fan. You know, if you're a 49er fan or a Seattle fan, I'm sure you were really pumped up leading into the week. You know, your guys are going at it on Twitter. They can't wait to get on the field and battle it out. So it was great. Colin Kaepernick and Russell Wilson had a bet. If you've been watching NFL for these past weeks, you've seen the Madden commercial, Madden 25, with Colin Kaepernick and Russell Wilson. They're training. It seems fitting that this commercial has been aired these last few weeks leading into the big, highly anticipated game. They actually made a bet on the set that loser has to shave one of their eyebrows. So sorry, Cap. Looks like you're practicing this week without an eyebrow. The announcers did a really good job connecting with the audience as they always do. Chris Collinsworth, I'm a fan of his. They usually do a good job pointing out things that the naked eye of a average fan probably wouldn't be able to see coming from somebody with football expertise such as Chris. He does a really good job pointing little things out, giving us player backgrounds and stuff like that. So they did a really good job with that. During the game, there was a rain delay. It went on for approximately 60 minutes. This was significant because the 49ers have been in a similar situation in the Super Bowl when the lights went out at the Super Bowl. Many people felt that they would be able to use it to their advantage, but for the most part, I'd have to disagree with that. It seems like every time that they've had a delay, it's came back to bite them in the butt. So I don't know if it necessarily means that, you come out to the game an hour ahead of the game, you warm up, then you get ready for kickoff, you go all the way through, and then you go into halftime, and you come back, and then you play out the second half. They had to warm up an hour before the game. They played like the first, maybe going into the second quarter. Then they had an hour delay, and then they had to come back again, warm up again, play out the rest of the half, and then go into halftime. So it's almost like they had two halves. I don't know mentally how they were able to prepare for that. Maybe their body was, coming into the game, I'm sure they were really turned up. And, when the delay happened, I'm sure that kind of brought them down. They had to get back into gear again. So it didn't seem like it worked out too well for them. The reaction on social media, a lot of Seattle fans were kind of ticked off, I would say, because I guess since they are from Seattle and they're used to the weather conditions, they felt that they were able to play through those rain conditions, but the NFL was here to say, no, it's not a good idea. We can't have you guys playing in lightning and thunder, so I commend the NFL for that. We don't want anybody to get hurt. So the rain delay was huge on social media. Everybody was anxious to get back to the game. If you were on Twitter, it was trending San Francisco versus Seattle, and for that rain delay, that pretty much took over that whole trend. People were anxious to get back to the game. So, as far as my general observation of the game, I felt like it was a good game, but it was one-sided, dominated by the Seahawks defense and Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman is a beast on D, by the way. Also, on offense, I felt like Russell Wilson struggled, but when you have Marshawn Lynch, the beast mode, 3 touchdowns, I mean, what can you do? I mean, he's really lucky to have him. But I feel like Russell Wilson struggled a little bit. I'm not too sure to say, it could have just been preparation on the 49ers part that they took away some of his best options. So there's not too much you can go out there. They made up for it with Marshawn Lynch, but the defense is stout. I still think the 49ers have a really good defense. I think Coach Harbaugh runs a good program over there. I think Colin Kaepernick. Had to struggle with that crowd noise, and I think as a result of that, we had to see him rely mostly on his feet. So I felt like Anquan Boldin coming off of a big game the previous week, he wasn't really nowhere to be found in this game. So I feel like going into the rest of the season, they're gonna have to work on that. They're gonna have to prepare for the crowd element because Seattle and the 49ers, they're public enemy number one. As far as the league goes, I mean, these are pretty much the top tier, the top two teams, upper echelon teams that everybody is gunning for right now. So that was my take from the game. But I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to do another one of these for you guys. I hope you enjoyed my sports broadcast analysis. I'm Skylar Randolph for Sky Sports Report, and I'm signing out.